we would not be here today if we did not love Shelley and Wileman China all day long, 24/7, as the kids say. Today, we've taken time from our everyday lives to gather with like-minded people who appreciate the beauty and craftsmanship of Shelley China and Wileman China. We also gather to renew acquaintances with old friends and to make new ones too. But what if we were just enjoying our everyday lives at home? If we were, Shelley China might come to mind, depending upon our daily activities. What do you say that we have a look at a recent day in my life to illustrate this concept? That recent day was my birthday in February. This is going to be fun. All the pieces come from my collection, and there's nothing more fun than getting to see the collections of Shelley China and Wileman China from other people. So let's think about Shelley wares all the livelong day. Whoa, look at the time. It's 7 a.m. and I'm famished. But today I'm having breakfast in bed. Why not? It's a great way to start my day because it's my birthday. I'll have coffee in a breakfast cup or a farmer's cup, as it's sometimes called. Here you see 3 examples from my collection in blue rock, begonia in the center, and primrose on the right. The shape is the butte shape, and it's just right for that caffeine boost that I need in the morning. Now that I'm awake after drinking that large cup of coffee, I'll just ring my Shelley Ludlow bell to call my loving husband, Jim, whom some of you have met, to the bedroom, and I will place an order for eggs, toast, and butter to go along with my coffee. I just hope that he'll go along with my plan for the day and bring me breakfast on a tray. Hopefully, he'll use my begonia egg crate for some hard or soft cooked eggs, my Melody butter dish, and my Maroon Empress toast rack on the side. And of course, maybe one of those beautiful butter plates shown here. If I weren't feeling so lazy today, I'd have my first meal at the table on a complete breakfast set. Here's an example of a breakfast set for one in the turquoise polka dot pattern. Notice that a breakfast set is composed of a cup and saucer, 6-inch plate, 8-inch plate, fruit bowl, covered muffin dish, egg cup, a 6-inch coffee pot, and a creamer and sugar bowl. Since today is my birthday, it's time to celebrate. I'll be queen for a day. Speaking of queens, I thought I'd show you a few of my Shelley pieces featuring Queen Elizabeth II. The first is on a mug, the middle in a trio, and a pin dish to commemorate the royal visit to Canada, which also features the late Prince Philip. Those aren't the only royal presents in my collection. The Queen Anne shape is one of my favorites, and I have included several samples for you to see in this slide. I purchased the upper left duo from NSCC member Betty Pomish last year. It's called Bananas, which I think is a pretty apt description. The lower left photo is one of my favorites, with contrasting solid panels. The Iris Trio in the middle is said to be very rare in the Cheryl Burtis book, Shelley Teaware Patterns, which was a surprise to me. The trio on the top right-hand photo is not listed in Burtis's book, but the number seems plain enough to me. And the highlights in purple on the duo found in the lower right-hand photo attracted me from the first time I saw it. I love all of these. But wait, there are even more examples of a royal presence around my house. The tea set on the left is called Royalty. I bought it on eBay from a Canadian seller many years ago. The snack set, called Regency, on the bottom right-hand photo may be plain, but it is elegant in its simplicity, and it's called Regency. And the Viscount patterns in both blue and black are known for their distinctive badge-like qualities. Whoa, it's 9 a.m. already, so I guess I'd better get out of bed and get dressed. But what to wear on my birthday? Paisley, pastels, and polka dots would be jazzy enough to wear on my special day. This slide features 3 Shelley patterns with paisley designs. They differ in shape, handles, and color schemes, which I find interesting. Pastels are appropriate to wear on any occasion, especially in Florida where I live. I love the Stratford shape seen in the upper left photo. The egg cups would look great atop a white egg crate, don't you think? And the cake plate and the teapot, lower right and center, might come in handy this afternoon for enjoying my birthday cake. Polka dots are very chic, so I might wear my polka dot dress for my dinner party tonight. What color scheme will be best? Check out these Shelley pieces in turquoise, green, pink, yellow, and coral. I love the gold rims on the bottom pieces. You know, what I wear isn't important. Whatever I wear, I'll be in vogue. Oh yeah, vogue is also a Shelley pattern. This one is a favorite of mine, which I purchased from Joyce Arnold at the Tampa conference in 2019. Don't you just love that black and white triangular handle? Some people might call shamrocks weeds, but legend tells us that they bring us luck. Since it's already 10:30 in the morning, I'd better go outside and get some work done out there. By the way, I love this basket-shaped pin dish in shamrock on the right. Maybe I'll work in my flower garden. Flowers, of course, are the most popular motif on Shelley china. Here I am picturing several different flowers from my collection, starting with roses. Bridal rose, also known as rose spray, is a popular pattern and is widely available in the United States. The Chester and oleander shapes on these pieces make them special to me. Poppies, carnations, roses, and daisies often appear on Shelley china. I love the handle on the poppies cup in the upper left. I'd like to have a firm grip on my cup as I drink, and this one fills the bill. The carnation ashtray was a new member gift that I received in 2005 when I joined the National Shelley China Club. I purchased another Briar Chintz cup, which you see on the right top, for $5 at a recent antique show at our local fairgrounds. After I had negotiated the price, the seller turned the cup over and actually said to me, "Whoops, I made a mistake. This is Shelley. I should have charged you more." I didn't say a word as I handed her my Abraham Lincoln bill, $5. Does anyone have an orphan saucer? I could sure use it. More gorgeous flowers from my garden. Campanula, jonquils, columbine, wildflowers, apple blossoms, and celandine. I bought the celandine teapot on my only visit to Australia while en route to a winery. We stopped at a roadside antique store and found this gem. Jim and I toasted our success in finding this pretty teapot souvenir at our visit to the winery. Violets are one of my favorite flowers, and I have several pieces of Shelley in the violets pattern. You're all familiar, I'm sure, with the violets pattern on the top row and the bottom right. I featured this pattern on the second National Shelley China Club birthday card, which I sent out to those of you who provided your birth date. But the bottom left photo shows a more uncommon pattern, number 10705, violets with strands of clover. Maybe I'll use this cake stand at my dinner party this evening. Speaking of eating cake, who could choose which one to use for my birthday celebration? Presently, I'm favoring the old Sev pattern because of its unusual roseberry shape. Bruce Sandy from Australia talked about this shape during one of our international Zoom sessions a while back. If you aren't attending regularly our monthly sessions, like today's, I encourage you to do so, as they are very informative and fun. Noon already? Oh, listen, I can hear birds at the feeder and in the bird bath. I love to bird watch, especially when the painted bunting comes to our feeder. Shelley China loved birds too, and I have a few examples to show you. The bluebird's pattern is one of my very favorites, especially in the Queen Anne shape. The blue herons on the left, the Australian kookaburra bird plate, and the Mabel Lucy Atwell bluebird plate are also part of my collection. And they remind me how birds influence and inspire us each day to climb higher and work as hard as they do. And what do you think of this bird pattern? The blue swallow's plate is outstanding in my opinion with its gold and blue colors. I would love to have a teapot in this pattern. I have only seen one picture of one bluebird teapot over the years, and sadly, it was not for sale. Oh, it's 1 o'clock, lunchtime, and I'm starving. Guess I'd better grab a bite to eat. Which set of Shelley china should I use for lunch? On the left, my beautiful begonia pieces include a butter dish, so I think I'll have a small serving of my favorite casserole and some biscuits with butter. Tea and some cookies will top off my lunch perfectly. On the right-hand side is one of my favorite patterns, sheep and cottage. I'm sorry I don't have a teapot in this pattern to serve with lunch. Wow, time flies. It's already 2 p.m. and I need to get ready for my dinner party this evening. I have 10 people coming to dine, so either my Shelley garden urn pattern or harebell in the oleander shape will do nicely. I am inclined to use the harebell on the right-hand side of this slide because I have both a teapot and that pretty muffineer. But this is a very special party, so maybe I'll pull out my old Sev set. I have many place settings, cups and saucers, a pot, and serving dishes. And it looks so pretty on my tablecloth. By the way, I noticed in the Cheryl Burgess book that she labels the pattern as Chelsea Bird Centers. That is indeed what is the focus of the design, but I'm going to continue to refer to this set as Old Sev. And I just made up my mind. I will use this set for dinner tonight. I think that my next step must be to return to the garden and gather some flowers for centerpieces. I can't help but think of these beautiful Shelley patterns, basket and festoon, in 2 colors in the Ludlow shape, and basket of flowers in the Gainsborough shape. I am partial to the basket and festoon patterns because I do love Ludlow. Ooh, time for some birthday gifts. Shall we start with 3 gifts from my husband?
He bought me these at an antiques and collectibles fair in Palm Beach County. Among the treasures we found there was a duo in rose and red daisy, a four-piece set in woodlands, and three harebell ashtrays for only $2 each. I love a bargain, don't you? And those Shelley pieces were not my only birthday gifts. My girlfriend sent me a gift card to spend on eBay, where I found these beauties in harebell. The seller from Missouri was very nice, and he sent my dishes right away. But the weather across the country was terrible that week, terrible. And my box ended up in Dallas, where it apparently sat for another week. Luckily, I received it 19 days after the purchase, and miraculously, everything was intact and as described.
It was a great party, but since most of us here are older, we like to go to bed early. It's 9 p.m. and I need to finish washing the dishes. But there's still time for a cup of chamomile tea before I hit the hay. These two swirl patterns in either blue or green will fill the bill. I also have a few pieces in pink. Those big round handles feel so secure as I sip my tea. But maybe a cup of decaffeinated coffee would be better. I have two mocha-shaped coffee cups to choose from. The sgraffito in black with red dots and white flowers is very jazzy. But those bluebirds always have a special place in my heart. Guess I'll check the cupboard to see what's available this evening. Is it tea or coffee? Like you, I'm sure, I'm so glad that I have a modern bath for a quick wash up before bed. But back in the days of Shelley China, this basin, ewer, powder box, and toothbrush holder would have been part of my toilette. They are in excellent condition and were purchased at reasonable prices. Well, it's the witching hour, 11 p.m. When I go to sleep, I hope to have pleasant dreams filled with charm and enchantment. I can't help but think of my patterns in Shelley China with those same names. We are probably all familiar with the charm pieces that come in many colors and shapes. The enchantment pattern may be unfamiliar to some. It's shown in the middle on the middle of the bottom row. My pieces came all the way from South Africa. As you may have surmised, I'm looking for a lid for that second teapot. If you happen to have one, please let me know. Of course, tomorrow is another day. Maybe I'll plan a trip for the end of the year. Here are a few souvenir pieces that are part of my collection that illustrate places to visit in England, Canada, and Australia. I have actually visited all the places commemorated in this slide except for Skegness, which is a seaside town in Lincolnshire, England, according to Wikipedia. Located on the Lincolnshire coast of the North Sea, the town is 43 miles or 69 kilometers east of Lincoln and 22 miles or 35 kilometers northeast of Boston. Or maybe I'll go to Greece. I have a pattern in Shelley called Athens, which I do love. It's a classic border in gold and black, worked perfectly for a Christmas luncheon that I gave for a girlfriend who needed some special cheer in her life. But wherever I decide to go, I will stay on the hunt for Shelley China. Now, folks, before I finish, I hope you remembered that I had requested that you bring out pieces that you have that were perhaps birthday gifts for you. And maybe they weren't birthday gifts, but just, any gift for any occasion. Or maybe you'd just like to talk about a new piece that you have. This would be the time to get it. Well, that's how I spent my birthday this year, which elicited thoughts and uses of Shelley china all the livelong day. I hope that you enjoyed getting a look at some of the pieces in my collection. And here I'm showing you the sources that I used for this talk. Now, I thought that I would show you what Jim surprised me with this year for my birthday. I have to tell a little story about it first. And then I'll show you a picture of the actual gift. It was the day after my birthday, and we decided to go to the fairgrounds in our county where they were putting on an antiques and collectibles show. Now, you have to understand there are three parts to this show. There's the outdoor part where tables just sit out in the open, rain or shine, and you can find some pretty good bargains out there. We looked all through the open air part and we couldn't find anything. So we moved on to the second part, which is, I would describe it as saying having awnings. And you can find some Shelley. Once I found a beautiful coffee set out there, but this time, no luck. Well, we didn't give up. We went inside the building part of the show where they actually are in a huge building. And I spotted a coffee cup that looked an awful lot like the Blenheim coffee cup that I had at home. So I went in and carefully picked up the cup and I turned it over, and sure enough, it was Shelley. And it was called Columbia and not Blenheim, much to my surprise, and the color was blue. Well, I noticed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 cups and saucers. So I thought, I'll inquire. And I went up and asked the seller, could you tell me about these coffee cups here? What are you asking? So he gave me the price. And in my head, you know what I'm doing? I'm taking the price and dividing it by 6, figuring out how much each one would cost. And I thought, well, that's not bad. I mean, I could buy it. It is for my birthday. Well, the man says, these are Shelley. Have you heard of it? Well, you know me. I couldn't say, well, I was the former president of the National Shelley China Club in the United States. Instead, I just said, well, yeah, I've heard of it. And he pulls out his phone and he shows me the website replacements.com. Some of you may know that site. And he says, see, they have it here. Look how expensive it is. And I said, yeah, I know Replacements. They do charge an arm and a leg. And Jim must have been picking up on what I was doing, because he turns to me and says, would you like to shop a little bit more before we decide? Well, the man says, to my surprise, the pot and the creamer and sugar are included in that. And all I could do was stifle a scream because I was so excited. There's a pot and a cream and sugar included in that price? And I turned to my husband and I said, you know, I think I'll take it. So we watched as he carefully packed the pot, the creamer, the sugar, and all the cups and saucers. And now I would like to make the big reveal and show you what I purchased. This set over here on the right is the one that's called Columbia, pattern 14258. And this one, or I'm sorry, that was on the left. And this one is the Blenheim, pattern 14259. And I was surprised to see that this blue one was called Columbia and this one was called Blenheim. But nonetheless, they are very identical, as you can see. And I was absolutely thrilled to receive them. So now I say thank you for listening to my big day. And I hope that all of you, or many of you, have something to show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a heck of a birthday.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my story, because I got to tell you, It was pins and needles the whole way. And when he said the pot was included, it was all I could do to just explode with thrills, you know. So anyway, I'm going to be quiet and ask you guys to raise your hand and show some gifts that you received. I have mine right over here so you could see a little bit. Okay, we've got Karen.
Karen,
Okay, bear
There you
with
go.
me.
You're
I'm a
good.
first-time Zoomer here. Can everybody hear me?
Yes,
sure
ma'am.
can.
Okay. I did not bring cup and sauce or anything, but I did bring jewelry. Let me get this a little closer to the camera.
Mhm.
There is a website. I honestly can't remember how I found out about it, but this woman, if you send her broken china, she will turn it into beautiful jewelry. And it looks like I need to get this a little closer to the camera. Okay. I have a pendant here. This was made from daisy chintz.
Beautiful.
I don't clean my Shelley very often because that risks breaking pieces. And I have this here. That used to be a little cup that broke. And what I did was I sent her all the pieces, and she has some kind of a computer program. She showed me different options, different shapes, different borders that she could trim it with. And this came out very, very nice. My husband gave me this. I don't remember if it was a birthday or anniversary some years ago. And honestly, I don't remember if this is silver or stainless steel, but in either case, it hasn't tarnished or anything.
Right.
It's so got to be 5 or 10 years old. And then this one, if I get a little closer to the camera, this was woodland,
Okay.
and this had 2 areas that were good for working with. So she made this double pendant. I'll pull it back.
Beautiful.
You can see it's actually 2 pendants, and she put a little fake pearl at the bottom.
Mhm.
And if you look real close, you can see the top one, if you're familiar with the woodland pattern, has a little piece of that tree. And then the bottom section is more of the meadow and flowers and thing. And again, I don't remember if it's stainless steel or silver. It has a stamp on the back, but I don't know what the stamp means. So this was a lot of fun. Of course, it's heartbreaking to see a Shelley
Right.
break, but at least this is a way to still enjoy it. If
That's
anybody
wonderful.
is interested in her in contact information,
Yeah.
I'm not, it looks backwards to me. Can you guys read it?
Oh, we can read it. Yeah.
Okay. Dinnerwarejewelry.com.
Dinnerwarejewelry.com. Lovely. Well, that's a nice way to keep it, keep your Shelley china close to your heart, isn't it? Close to your
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah. And I went on a trip about a year ago to Greece with a group from a friend's church. The point being, I didn't know anybody. They had one spot available. I went as a single. So I'm off there, having breakfast in the hotel with all these people I didn't know. And I made a point of packing those 2 pieces of jewelry because they were a great conversation starter.
Mhm.
Sitting with people I didn't know that were interested in touristy, fun kind of stuff. It was a great way to say, well, look at this. This is, I collect Shelley china, and try to recruit new members while we're at it.
Yay. Totally awesome. Very good job. Very
Okay,
good.
thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Linda Malinchuk Finnan, if you can unmute.
There we go.
There you go.
I had a couple of things. This was this, what do you call it?
Blue Rock.
Yeah, it was Blue Rock. That was the first the first Shelley present my husband ever bought me. So
Nice.
I have had that for a lot of years
Mhm.
and served me well. And then after he realized that he didn't always have to be a cup and saucer, he got me this Bramble jam pot. There we go.
Lovely. Yeah.
So that was
Gorgeous.
a nice one. And then this wasn't actually like a birthday but it was a gift from Rochelle. And so it's very special to me. When I did that presentation that you had me do on your panel, Lee,
Yes.
and I had said that garden urn was my favorite pattern. So when we saw her stuff in Alaska, she gave me those two to go with my garden urn set. So it was very sweet of her.
That is wonderful. That's a true friend when they give up Shelley China.
Yes. So I appreciated that.
Of course.
Very nice presentation, Lee. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thanks for coming today, too. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? Lyle, you might be able to see better than I if there's any. Oh, there's
I'm checking
Carolyn.
right now. I
I
don't
see
any-
Carolyn.
Oh,
Carolyn.
Hi, Lee. Thank you. That was really a fun presentation.
Thank
Years
you.
ago, my sister Jane, who's also a member of our club, gave
Right.
me this cup and saucer. And I just love it. I love the roses and the pink and the gold. I just thought it was so pretty. So I looked it up in Chris Davenport's book, and much to my surprise, I learned that Shelley also made it in a blue colorway. Well, of course, that set off a search that went on for years. And then finally, I actually did find a blue colorway to go with my pink. And so they live together in my cabinet. And I'm very grateful to my sister Janie for getting me started and giving me the pink one.
Yeah, there's nothing like finding that mate, isn't there? Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. That's a beautiful cup. I love it. Anybody else?
Julie's got her hand up.
Okay.
Hi,
Julie
everybody.
Stevenson. There we go.
Hello.
Hi, Lee. Thanks for that presentation. That was lovely.
Thank you.
I don't have a lot of teaware, so I'm not showing you teaware, but I'll show you this is what I got from my husband, which is always the surprisingly large. It's the biggest one of the figurines that Megan Lucy Atwell has produced. It's called Our Pets. It's LA19. It's 8 inches tall. Surprisingly large because the others are, good 2 or 3 inches smaller. So I have a cabinet where all my it's all precious, but all my really precious stuff goes, and that's where that lives. But I pulled that out for the presentation. As you can see,
It's gorgeous.
It's
I
a
love the
big-
bunnies too. Yeah, they're so
Yes.
cute.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
yeah.
Well, that's a
Beautiful
special
condition.
birthday present.
Indeed, yes, and not one I could afford to get myself. So I feel very lucky that he got that for me.
Thank you, Julie. Yeah, that's just lovely. Anybody else? Oh, John Barter. Please unmute, John. Yeah,
Hello, good evening, and thank you
Hello.
for your talk.
you're welcome.
Because we've been working on getting ready for the going to Telford next week, I didn't have
Right.
much time to find. But Linda bought me a trio in sterling shape, which is one of my favourite shapes. I did a talk about sterling sometime, perhaps a year or so ago. But this one is has one of the nice patterns like a lyric and which black with a black handle. It's pattern number 13928. So it's a relatively late on the sterling shape, and it has the nice. It's all transfer, but except for the black painted round the edge. But it's the source is pretty plain, just with the hatching on. But I like 1950s style, and so as sterling was designed came onto production in 1956, which is the year of my birth. So that's 69 years ago. It's one of my favourites, and the quality of the china to see through it. It's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're right. It's gorgeous. And I was born in 53, so I've got a few years on you, but that's one of my favorite shapes as well. I love that. Yeah, thanks, John. Anyone else? Can you see
Robin.
anybody else?
Well, I don't see anybody.
Robin.
Oh, there's one Robin.
Robin.
Hi, Robin.
I enjoyed your talk very much, Lee. It's
Thank you.
very interesting.
Thank
In
you.
my pursuit to be a Welsh woman, I've been given 3 things. One from Carolyn and Lyle for Christmas, from Jeffrey McDonald, which I saw at a regional meeting via Zoom. So that's from Jeffrey. And my heart-shaped treasure from a Shelley member that's passed away, but the challenge was I had to get something to swap, but she didn't say what. But I could have this, providing I could find her something. And one day I found quite a large Wellman platter and thought I'd like to swap that for this. And she was thrilled with what she got, and I was over the moon with mine.
Yay.
So this is all part of my Welsh woman pursuit, that I am not a Welsh woman. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, would you do me one favor, Robin, and hold up the plate one more time, the second one, because it was kind of low and I couldn't get a good look at it.
Is that upside down? Is that the one you mean?
There you go. Yeah, that's better. Oh, wow. So it's got, is that sheep or goats or what is that?
No, she's with goats, I think.
Goats. Okay. Yeah. That's very
Thank you,
cool.
Jeffrey.
Yeah. That was nice. All right. Anybody else?
Every time I saw one of those, there was 10 people in the line looking for it. So Jeffrey was very generous to give it to me.
That's wonderful. It's a good friend. Yeah. Anybody else? See anybody, Lyle?
I don't. But it looks like, John, did you have something to show us?
Oh, here's one. Marcus, too.
Oh.
Marcus and Irene.
Oh, there's another one.
John's got another one. Beautiful.
Okay,
And Marcus, how about you?
my turn. So I think everybody knows what this is. Miniature in the dainty pink. But the story of how it became a gift for me goes back to my prior life. Before I married Irene 30 years ago, I was an antique dealer on the side. And one of my friends was a man named Raleigh Tussing. And Raleigh was from the UP, and he dealt in antique furniture. So years after I had married Irene, I got a package in the mail. And in the package was this cup and saucer from Raleigh. And he said he wanted this to be a gift to me because he could think of no better place for it to wind up. It had been found by him in a piece of furniture that he had bought to resell, and somebody had hidden it inside of the piece of furniture. And then when Raleigh got it and saw it, he said, "There's only one place this little cup and saucer has to go, and that's to Marcus Shelley's home." So that's how it wound up in our house. And I've always thought it was a precious gesture and a lucky thing to have.
Oh,
Thank
that
you.
is wonderful. Yeah. All I ever find is crumbs from crackers and stuff in my couch or in my furniture. Yeah. Oh, what a precious, precious story. That's good. I love it. Yeah.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else? Thanks, Marcus and Irene. Anybody else? Oh,
Jeffrey.
there's one. Jeffrey.
Bruce Sandy.
Okay, I thought this might be topical with what's going on in the world at the moment.
Oh,
It's a RAF World War II bomber.
is that a new piece for you, Jeffrey?
Yes, it is. Yes, so I only got it a couple of weeks ago.
I love
It seemed
that.
it seemed quite topical.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Wow. And did you get the saucer at the same time?
Oh yes, I've got the saucer. Yep. Yep, the saucer is
Okay.
just a plain saucer. Just a plain Shelley mark on it. The uh, base of the cup actually mentions written on it about the RAF bomber on the base of the cup, which is
Yes, we
slightly
can read
worn.
that.
Yes, we can
Yeah,
see
we
that.
can
Slightly
read it
worn,
though. Mhm.
but it's I'm not like a wars, but I do like I've got a friend. I brought this over to England where I am now to give to, who lives not far away, and he's going to get this as a present because he collects aeroplanes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a very generous gift for you to give. I love that. Yeah.
And it
Thank you,
got here
Jeffrey.
without getting broken, which is quite a miracle.
In itself, right? Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody else?
Bruce Sandy had something.
Oh yeah, Bruce Sandy.
Uh, I have, let's see, can you see that?
That's
Yes,
good.
we can.
That's good. Right there.
And the saucer.
Ooh.
But these I've had for a little while, and you'll see that we couldn't identify this cup shape. We now know that it's an earlier Victoria coffee.
Oh.
And so they used the same cup shape for their coffees for a few of the early ones. Later on, they replaced them. And this, of course, is a Victoria cup. And in fact, it's of some interest to the family because it's my great-grandfather's house in Llangollen, Plasnude, which
Wow.
was made as a souvenir ware. But anyway.
What a fantastic find. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, this one, as I said, is a different cup shape to the Victoria. Later on, they just made smaller versions of the Victoria cup. But for a little while, they made that shape. And as I said, it's only fairly recently been identified as a Victoria cup.
How about that?
But we have
Wow.
updated the cup shapes book to include it, if you can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I have one of those. I don't think mine's the most updated, but I can add that. Yeah. Anybody else? How about it,
No.
Lyle? I don't see anybody at this time.
It looks like we've probably exhausted all the good deeds of husbands and spouses.
Indeed.
Jim set
Indeed.
the bar a little too high, and I'm not sure this is a competition I want to engage in, so I think I'll withdraw from the field with honor.